welcome back to 320. This will be a series of fairly long videos. We're going to draw our model, something like this, not this one in particular, or similar to this. This is a fairly generic part. It's, I believe, in China, and they're good at this. We are going to model some of this. We're going to focus on these teeth, and particularly how they move in and out. So we'll see as we go along what that means. Going to start with, we're going to have a bunch of sketches here at least. Let's start on the right plane. We're going to start here from scratch because we can. And the key thing here is to keep it under control as we go. So this is going to be quite a long and involved process here. But I want to make a point of how this might be modeled and how patterning it is maybe not as obvious as it seems. Just setting up here. I'm going to make a plane, a surface revolve that's going to keep my part organized and just working away bit by bit here. Now you can see here that we're getting out of control. Sketch one, it's not fully working, but the goal here is to try and keep everything organized and do the usual if you've been following along with these videos or watching other ones. Always doing tests as we go to make sure it all works. So what are we going to do here? Finish the sketch. Make sure everything's working right. This is a millimeter part. The guide that I'm using is actually an inch, but we're going to convert over. It's selecting a profile that's not what we want, and maybe our axis is not what we want. Let's just make sure we've got it right. Right, this is our profile, and that's our axis. Now this will make a surface body. If we look at it from the top, there's no thickness here. So we're going to start with surface bodies. And let's keep things under control here by renaming things. Profiles, say lateral. And we're going to have some profile teeth coming here. Now the tooth is 3 millimeters high. I'm going to put it in the middle here. And we'll use that to actually control the second sketch. So I want to insert this at the front. So let's do a sketch on the, doesn't matter which plane, we can use the same one. Why not? And I could put it all in one, but I'm going to make a point here. Again, it's feasible to do this in one. Oh, doing this wrong. I'm going to start by drawing this quite small. Try and get the size about right, about kind of 3 millimeters range. And just kind of get started up here. Finish it there. Pull this one away as well. Try and get it lined up. And then, oh, missed that. Line these two guys up as best we can. There's our origin there. So we're in the kind of general vicinity. To move it all at once, just draw a box around the whole thing so you don't kind of yank it out of turn. So arrange it somewhat like that. And when we put our first dimension on here, we're going to start, like it'll get resized, we hope. So let's go for the full height. And that's 3. And let's make it obvious where it is. That's our origin. So I'm just going to turn that into construction and then make it horizontal. Dimension that. So to the origin to the outside tip is 1. And the opposing is the same. Can you use a little formula if you wish. It's up to you. This angle here at the top is 15. So this is like a kind of a cutting tooth, and we're going to go along here and just keep this all running smooth as we go. If anything jumps out of place, we'll just undo and redo. This seems crazy. We're going to use this to cut things away, so this is not going to be a 0 thickness tip here. Just going to keep our eye on it though. So this angle here, the sort of front angle 70, back angle 80. This is 1, and these are equal. It's looking okay. That's about what we want. So fully defined. That's sketch 2. Let's finish that sketch and call it profile cuts or something like that. This is again is going to be our first sketch. I don't like that. Let's rename that. Underscore cuts. Perfect. Then when we pull our playhead out, we can see where we are. So next sketch, the first sketch we did. It's going, okay. Now what I want to do is add, I want to have this stick down 50. So down, so the tip of the thing is here. So I'm going to actually change this around a bit. So let's edit this sketch. And I'm going to get rid of that constraint because I want it to go this way. So I want this actually lined up with the bottom of my tooth profile. This is very important because we're going to do some trimming later. From here, I want this part to be 50 again. So let's dimension that one more time. From end to end, it's not 46, it's 50. Perfect. So we've shifted things around to accommodate the tooth. And next we're going to go ahead here and see how this works. I want to cut this tooth into my sweep, into my revolve. Let's finish the sketch and go to the end. Okay, so I need to add more to the top of this revolve. Let's edit the sketch. Problem with these teeth is they go out alternately. It's hard to see on this. One sticks out, one sticks in. There's 16 teeth. So let's go ahead here and do some thinking. I'm gonna say let's go, one is gonna come outward. So that'll be tangent. Let's go across, come back down, and may not get it right. So just drag things around a bit. Whoa. Let's not do that. So let's not do that. Sometimes hard to drag, you just pick them both. So constraint them all up. And we want to go ahead and get these all lined up. Try and keeping everything kind of samey. Don't need this top edge except for construction. What's this perpendicular to? Don't know. I want it to be horizontal. So let's also make these two guys horizontally correct. And if I put a point here in the midpoint, wherever that was, there it is, and line it up with the line underneath, we can get some crazy stuff. Hold on here. So just keeping this under control. Oh, that's not quite right. There we go. So what's our dimension here? I wrote it down somewhere. You can hear me rooting around here. First things first. I want this line to be coincident with the vertex, or sorry, not the vertex, the origin, because we want this to line up at the top of our tooth. Perfect. I'm going to put some diameters and stuff like this. So let's make this quite gentle, 5. And I measured the piece that we have quite a bit. It seems to be 1. So the movement of the teeth from side to side is 1 around the midline of our shape. So this defines everything for us. Right now you're wondering, okay, that seems fine. So finish the sketch. What I want to do is trim a top shape alternately with this profile here. So I'm going to come back to this in a second. But I need to make my teeth. One temptation is to make this whole thing twice, cut it away. This is, after a bunch of testing before I made this video, it's complicated. It's actually easier to use up some, we're going to go through here and use features like crazy. But what we're going to try and do is keep it managed, which is most important here. So let's go ahead and do another revolve. I'm going to hide the body I've already made, body 1. And it's pre-selecting some stuff here, so let's be clear what's what. So what I want to do is pick a profile, turn off chaining. Let's do the outside one first. So, turn off chaining. There's my profile. It shows as 1 because it's tangent. Axis is that middle one again. New body. You can do full here if you want. Sorry. Okay, let's go back and check the other one's full. There we go. 2 bodies. Do it again for the inside one. It's not my redo buffer. Again, it's pre-picking some stuff that I don't like. Let's do it manually. Chaining is turned off. And the axis is this. Full. Okay. Hide the sketches for a moment, have a look at the bodies. Looks good. I'm going to do an inspect here so I can see through things. If I can get it to pick a plane, there we go. Shift N if you want. Oh, nice yellow. There's all my shapes. What I want to do here is actually split the part with this sketch right here. There's various ways to do this. You can use just the sketch. You can make shapes, all that sort of stuff. I'm just going to edit the sketch here quickly to get rid of this extraneous line. I'm going to turn it to construction. So we've got our tooth shape. What I want to do is actually make it. I've found it easier to make an extrusion here also as a surface and give it some length that you know is going to extend. We can use parameters for this, but for now let's just make it 20. I can actually split these surfaces with this surface extrude. See how this works in a minute. So first, I'm going to go ahead here and do a little test run. First body is not really helping me right now. I'm going to do the outside first. So make sure the right ones are showing so I'm not confused here. Can even hide the sketches if you wish. So my goal here is to use this tool to split this surface. So let's try that. Split. Body. Works on all sorts of bodies. Body to split. Well, that's this guy. Splitting tool. That's sometimes easier to pick in the browser. Looks okay. You don't need to extend it, or you'll get both. Just that one. We end up with extra bodies. If you wish, we're not going to need this anymore, but what about the other side? So the goal here is to see if we can figure out what to do. Just press delete there first. We end up with this interesting little shred of a body, which we can attach to later to this bigger body. That's what's going on. So given all that, let's hide this again. Show, is it this one? Yep. And this body? Yep. Now before we do the split, let's go ahead here and actually kind of multiply up this one that we're interested in here, this body 5, body 4, whatever we want to call it. Easy way to do this, we have 16 teeth. You can use the move command, which is okay, there's no problem with that. However, it's hard to use parameters with it. One good way to do this is actually to make a pattern. Circular pattern. Bodies, selected, axis, Z. Number of teeth. Now we don't have number of teeth, so hold on here. it's 16. Ooh, we'll put a parameter in this in a second here. So 16 teeth. Strange. And you think, well, that's a lot. That's more than I only need this one. Suppression is our happy friend here. We can turn these off. And yeah, sure, it's a bit of a pain, and it's not fully controlled in this model. However, we can use a formula or something to control this, turn them all off essentially. You can also do distribution partial. You can do 1 or 2. You can turn off suppression if you wish. And our angle is, what is it, 360 divided by 16? Right, so it's, oh, that's not right. Let's make our parameter first. Param. So we know what we're planning here. Number of teeth. I'm just going to call it NT. No, I'm not. No T. This is unitless. 16. Number of teeth. Okay, so let's do that again. I'm gonna pattern, circular pattern. I'm gonna do this the brute force way here, which is bodies. This guy, axis Z. I'm gonna go for no teeth, 16, and suppress them. I'm making a point here. There are other ways to do this, but I'm not gonna get too crazy here. Just go around, get rid of them all except for that one. For those who find this inefficient, too bad. Full, all that sort of stuff. We get 2 teeth after all that. Step forward and step forward. Right. Now, it's sometimes possible to use one split to do it all, but I've had no luck this time. So figure out which body's which, and which one did we do? Let's have a look. That's that outside one. So just hiding stuff that I don't need to see. Leave that one. And now a split. This time we're splitting this body with this guy. Nope, with this guy. With notice it's easy to pick a piece of the body. Don't need to extend and say okay. Show all the bodies. Now we can kind of get rid of everything with this. We need that one. So let's go ahead here and have this guy. Just deleting these all, old school. See if it works. Missed one. Missed one. I think it's on this side. There we go. Show the body we've got. Ah, perfect. Now, next, need to pattern these guys out. Circular pattern, bodies, not the whole thing, but just those 2 guys. Axis, Z again. 16, number of teeth. It's a little here. Oh, that's too many. Because we've made 2, so we don't need 2. We need number of teeth divided by 2. Perfect. It's looking good. Tons of bodies. Tons. But we're going to sort that out here. Stitch them all together. Should show that everything's in tight. These numbers are between the 2 surfaces, or the 2 bodies, so that's fine. We should be able to stitch them all into one. This might be a good place to do a little save. So I'm going to save this wherever it is. Just body's done. The thicken is a notorious sort of crasher. Fusion's thickening tends to be not too bad as far as I've ever used. We'll see how it goes. Now, before we do that though, let's go back to parameters. We'll go for nominal wall thickness here. And I measured it out to 1.5 millimeters. And NWT is nominal wall thickness as usual. Say okay. Now let's do our thicken. And it goes right away, so it's not bad. And you can see where I've been fiddling around with it. Notice the distance though, if I have NWT here, it's outboard. If I change it to minus, it goes inboard. If I turn it to symmetric, it actually doubles it up. So NWT both ways. I actually want NWT divided by 2, which will give us the proper thickness. It's a tidy surface. Say okay. Replaces, well, it kind of hides. It leaves it in there. Doesn't delete that phase. We've got body 23. All right, if we want to give this a different name, we can. What would we call this? Shell. Oh, shell. Nice. That's going to be the end of our first video. This is going to be quite a few steps. We've already got a lot of features going on. We're going to get way more as we go. So I want to keep this under control. So thanks for watching so far. Hold on for video number 2.